Hello. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Hope you're having a good day. It's Friday. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Let's say that. Well, I'm going to be at an event where there's going to be, let's just say there's going to be, I don't know how, you know what? I don't know what if it either. So, you know, but I do know there's going to be some people there that. Here's the thing. I'm going to either have a chance to either keep my mouth shut or let people know the truth. But I don't want to be not invited. I don't want to not be invited back to summer jams or something either. I'm also representing Sobriety House, but at the same time, they have the same views as me. They they won't work with the bullshit people either. They won't. Okay? And we've sat down and discussed who they are. And, you know, um, sometimes they sound like hard, fast rules, but what they are boundaries to keep the community safe. And sometimes we have to do that. And it sucks because what happens is because there are people out there doing this, we have to put in another layer of protection. And that takes more time. It takes from other people's recovery, things like that. See how everything just goes when you do things that are bad, everything you do goes against society. Okay. And it's how it works, man. Welcome, Daily Trudge. I swear I pressed it. My name is Dion. I'm going to be your host. Oh, I always go through shifts of people. So I'm waiting for that next person to catch me that's going to listen to me 2 or 3 months and then go away. It happens quite often. This is what, let me rephrase that because I make it sound so aloof and bad. It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. If you got everything that you need from me and you're moving on, fuck it. I think that's great. You know, um, I can tell you now, I am not the only recovery. No way. If you just use my recovery, you're gonna get drunk. You're gonna be miserable. You got I guide. Other beyond that, what you do is what you do, man. I'm not gonna tell you what to do unless you ask me directly. And you're like, John, I need guidance. Then I might. The first thing I'm gonna ask though is did you ask God? Did you pray to God? Because I'm not him. So I don't need to look it up. We're in a vision for you. Well, let's do it anyway, just to double check, and because that's what we do. We can't assume. Yeah, I was right, but that's okay. Page 151 in the big book, Alcoholics Anonymous. Okay. New book. Crack. What I read at the meeting yesterday. So, what we're going to be going into is 12-step promises, I believe. No, that's chapter 12. This is a vision for you. So much different. Okay. Not much different, but it is different. All right. Chapter 11, A Vision for You. For most normal folk, drinking means conviviality, companionship, and colorful imagination. It means release from care, boredom, and worry. It is joyous intimacy with friends and the feeling that life is good, but not so for us. Not so with us in those last days of heavy drinking. The old pleasures were gone. Even now, I tell you, people, they just aren't drinking like they used to. People are understanding that alcohol is just no good for you whatsoever, no matter who you are. So a lot of this is kind of going away. You can have this joyous intimacy. You can have colorful imagination. You can have all of this without alcohol. And I know because I go through this every day. This is stuff that happens to me. And it's because of my freedom. It's because I did the work. They were but memories. Never could we recapture the great moments of the past. See, a lot of us thought, this is for me, okay? When I had my first real drinking experience, I've been drinking before that. But my first real drinking experience with other people, I drank alone before I even drank with another person. I just now figured that out. Yeah. From the very beginning, I drank alone. I was thinking of that. My mom would come home from work and it'd be time for her to drink. And I'm not going to bash on her. My mom has fucking 38, 39 years of sobriety. Okay. She's paid her fucking dues. Okay. So I'm not harping on my mother. And if you do, I will hurt you. Okay. So when she would pass out, because that's what I did when I drank, and I put the kids to bed, I would go up and take 2 beers. Yeah. It was my treat. Nobody ever knew. It wasn't until I sobered up that I told my mom I did that. So I used to drink alone. So anyway, so I had my first drinking experience around other people, right? And it was like fucking magic, man. It was like magic. Suddenly I was popular. People wanted to be around me. Dion was the shit. And that's the moment I would chase for the rest of my life. I would chase that one moment for the rest of my life. For the rest of my drinking career. That's what my drinking would be based off of. I can still recall how I felt. Everything, man. Yeah. You know what? I don't need alcohol to bring myself back to that place to feel that elation. I don't need it anymore. I don't need anything that's synthesized. Everything that I use is a spiritual connection. Right? Here's the thing. I cannot experience something new twice, and that's the problem. You'll never get them back. AA will never be the way it used to be. I know I say, we need to do this. What I'm saying is we need to make some changes. That doesn't mean it's going to be like it was in the 90s. No, it's going to be different. People are different. Society is different. The whole thing's going to be different. But still, the experience will be the same. The feelings will be the same. I know this because I've experienced more than once in more than one generation. Okay? AA isn't about telling people what to do. AA is about conformity to society. It is about meeting people where they are at. Okay? And not everybody should be yelled and screamed into the program. In fact, most of them coming into the program will not tolerate it. Why do you think they're going to Zoom first? That way they could just leave. It's a big fuck you. Don't do that, man. It's a balance. Okay? You can neither be begrudging or have sympathy. Sympathy is bad for newcomers. Empathy. Empathy, which means I put my own emotions aside and meet them where they are at. Sympathy means I jump on their train. I cry with them. Okay? Now, I also talk about time a lot here and how time doesn't matter. Okay, time doesn't matter in most situations, but in this situation, time is going to matter. How much time, I do not know. I think it varies from person to person. It depends. I can't give you time because I don't know what kind of work you're going to put in. I don't know. Okay? I work things a day at a time. That's all I got. So it don't matter. All right. There was an insistent yearning to enjoy life as we once did, and the heartbreaking obsession that some new miracle control would enable us to do it. There was always one more attempt and one more failure. I'm going to skip a lot of that. We have shown you how we got out from under you. Say, yes, I am willing, but am I to be consigned to a life where I shall be stupid, boring, and glum like some righteous people I see? I know I must get along without liquor, but how can I? Have you a sufficient substitute? This paragraph is kind of jacked up because why is it kind of jacked up? Let's see. Because we call righteous people stupid, boring, and glum. But we're putting across a point. We're trying to get you to agree with us on something here. And it works. It's not a trick. It's done intentionally. Right? Yes, there is a substitute. It's going to feel weird what this substitute is. Because it's people. It's fellowship. It's finding your fucking people, man. This may take a while. This may take a while. I'm 8 years sober. I'm finding my people. I'm always saying that. I'm always finding my people. People come and go, man. People come and go. Okay? I'm more of a guide. I'm the person where you come and you get what you need and you leave. It's how my life works, man. It's a give and take basis. You may come back someday and say, hey, Dion, how are you? But usually if my phone rings, if a text message comes through, if I get an email, somebody wants something from me. Okay? I know this, and I'm okay with it. There are times I reach out to other people wanting things. Give and take basis. Okay? Yes, there is a substitute, and it's vastly more than that. It is the Fellowship of Alcoholics Anonymous. There you will find release from care, boredom, and worry. Yeah, you want to not be bored? Go to a group conscience. You will not be bored. Okay? You're going to be angry. You might laugh. I don't know. Okay? It depends on you. But if you want to be entertained, go to a group conscience. Okay? I'm kidding. I'm making a joke. Okay. There you will find release from care, boredom, worry. Your imagination will be fired. Life will mean something at last. The most satisfactory years of your existence lie ahead. Thus we find the fellowship, and so will you. This is where time does become a factor. Because as you get time, you get something called wisdom. Okay, now this doesn't necessarily come with the time of being sober. It has to do with age. Kind of. Now, here's the thing. There's a lot of wisdom that was written. It's in the 12 by 12. I don't have it quite handy. The 12 by 12 is full of wisdom, especially the traditions. The traditions are one long 10th step. So what they are, the traditions are one long 10th step on how not to do it. All they did was say, this is what we tried, and these are the things that failed. Don't do them. That's how I can avoid disastrous pitfalls. Man, I got shit to do. Stop. How's that to come about, you ask? Where am I to find these people? Well, you're going to meet these new friends in your own community. Near you, alcoholics are dying helplessly like people in a sinking ship. If you live in a large place, there are hundreds, high and low, rich and poor. These are future fellows of Alcoholics Anonymous. Now, life has kind of changed, hasn't it? See, now what you do is you get on your phone, you find your meeting, you go, and then you go home. Are you hearing it? Do you hear the step being missed? Okay. Now, right now, see, you got to go find these alcoholics, right? Well, where are they usually? Hospitals and detoxes, okay? Parks, libraries. That's where these, if you want to find alcoholics, the bars, find them there. UA places that do UAs. I can give you more. It's just whether you're willing to go do it or not. It's hard to do, man. I know. Okay, but if I can pull this off, you can do it too. Okay. Sometimes I have to muster every ounce of courage I have to go run a meeting. Okay? I'm not any different than you. It's not easy. If it was, I wouldn't be doing it. Okay. High and low, rich and poor, these are future fellows of Alcoholics Anonymous. Among them, you will make lifelong friends. You will be bound to them with new and wonderful ties, for you will escape disaster together, and you will commence to shoulder your common journey. Then you will know what it means to give of yourself that others may survive and rediscover life. You will learn the full meaning of love thy neighbor as thyself. Okay. Now, you are not going to be able to do this. Is not going to happen until you start sponsoring. Okay. You can complete the 12 steps, but if you don't start sponsoring, you don't get the other half of the program. Yes, the other half. Oh, there's another half? Yeah, there is. Oh, it's your turn to go give it away. That's the other half. You got to give it all away. And the sooner you do it, the more the gift that grows with time will come. The happier you will be. Actually, you won't be happier. You'll be content, which is better than happiness. Happiness isn't the goal. I always thought it was the goal. I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy. No, that wasn't the goal. Being content was the goal. All right. Well, let's do the reading and then I got to wrap up. The longer I chased these elusive feelings with alcohol, the more out of reach they were. However, by applying this passage to my sobriety, I found that it described the magnificent new life made available to me by the AA program. It truly does get better one day at a time. The warmth, the love, the joy, so simply expressed in these words, grow in the breadth and depth each time I read it. Sobriety is a gift that grows with time. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. Peace out and have a day. Bye-bye.